Hey Taurus, thanks for checking out your love reading for October 2021. Now I'm saying October, but the energies that we're in right now are going to be around for a while, you guys. I am not an experienced astrologer, so I'm not even going to attempt to break it down and explain what's going on planetarily. If you are someone that's very skilled and informed in astrology, please feel free to educate us in the comments. But just from the energy that I'm feeling right now, with the planetary returns, the retrograde, the full moon energy we're coming into, I feel like this is really like this energy is going to be around for us for a while. So even though I'm reading for October, I feel that this might continue for some of you for the next 3 to 6 months, up to 6 months for some of you. But I'm going to say minimum 3 months. So even though I'm reading for October, I feel like I'm reading about like themes that you're coming into or stages that you're coming into, okay? So this is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And we're going to check in here and see what messages are coming up for you, my darlings. First card here is the Ace of Swords, okay? Now, the Ace of Swords for me is a card that comes up a lot of the times when there's a crown chakra clearing that's happening. You're breaking out of limited beliefs. You're breaking out of false beliefs. You're seeing the truth of situation. You're seeing solutions where once there were problems. And there's an element of communication for me with the Ace of Swords. This can also come up in a relationship. I've seen when you're coming to the stage of defining the terms of the relationship, right? So, like putting a label on things, or deciding that you're not going to put a label on things, or deciding how this relationship is going to work moving forward. What are we doing here, right? So maybe Taurus, some of you have had a cycle or a pattern that your relationships have been more like situationships. If that's been the case for you, then the Ace of Swords is coming up saying that you're coming into a time of things that are more clear, more defined, more agreed, right? Like almost contractual. But it's coming because you're clearing your false beliefs and your limited thinking. Okay. I also feel improvement of communication. And I feel like that's something some of you have really been working really hard on. Communication's been a big one for you. You've been working on your own communication skills, and you've been wanting to have a relationship where the communication is good and healthy and solid. And I feel like you're starting to see that in October. Your next card coming up here, my darlings, is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is getting down to doing the work. Okay, getting right down to doing the work. Seven of Pentacles says that we're working really hard, and our hard work is going to pay off, but timing is also a factor. Like we have to allow a certain amount of time to go by. The same way that when you plant a seed, you can't necessarily like do things to make the seed grow faster. It's going to grow in the time it takes a seed to grow. So I also feel like a lot of you are coming into a relationship where there's a little bit more surrender. There's a little bit more a sense of like you're not trying so hard, you're not jumping through hoops, you're not breaking your back trying to impress somebody. You're like, this is it, this is what it is, this is how it's going to move along, and I'm just going to do my part, and they can step up and they can do their part, and we'll just let time work out the rest. I do feel for some of you, there's a situation, even though Seven of Pentacles isn't like a long distance relationship card or a separation card, I do feel there's some sense of a separation, a temporary one in the relationship where one of you is going ahead trying to get things established to bring the other one out. Now, I said this, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I said this um, uh, almost 2 years ago, that I kept seeing like Spirit was showing me people changing places, like like mass migrations or large groups of people going from one place to another place. And I got the feeling in the sense that like people were all gonna get mixed around, like all jumbled around geographically, like changing locations, changing places. This big group of people is coming there, that big group of people is going somewhere else. Like I just saw a lot of switching of places, and a lot of people are relocating right now, right? A lot of people in large groups are, we won't get into that because I know that some people are going to argue about that, and I'm not saying either way. I just feel like because of what's happening in the world right now, there's a lot of movement of people. And so some of you might be looking at like, where is the best place to go? Where is the best place for our retirement? Where is the best place for our security and our stability? Right? I feel safety is a big thing for you, Taurus, in October and in the coming months. So like you're wanting that from your partner, and you're making it clear from your partner, like, I need to feel safe with you, or I need to know that you're stepping up, or I need to know that um you're not gonna put me or put our family in a risky situation. I need to know that you're making good decisions, right? And so I feel safety, security, the future, these are things that you're really focused on, right? Like this is becoming like, this is what I need from you in terms of love language, or in terms of you expressing to me that you care about me or that you love me. I feel safety is a big, big thing in your relationship. And so I feel for whatever reason, one of you is moving ahead of the other one, trying to get things established, trying to get things settled, trying to get like a place secured, getting work going, getting money put aside, and then it's like, okay, honey, come on and join me, right? So I do feel there might be a little bit of a time apart or time away for some of you. Or you're not only manifesting a soulmate, you're manifesting a new place to live, right? Some of you are like, okay, I might relocate for this person. I might pick up and move to this other state or move to this other country. And so I feel like there's this sense of doing the work to make it happen. Like your person is showing you, here's what I'm doing. Here's the effort that I'm putting in. It's not all on you. And I like that, right, Taurus? Because it shouldn't be all on you. That's not fair for one person in the relationship to do all the work. But I feel a sense of like money moves and money goals and planning and saving and looking at houses, looking at cities, looking at jobs, like getting into the permanence of the relationship. Like we're past the lovey-dovey stuff. We're past the romance. How are we going to be a team? How are we going to have each other's back? How are we going to get through life? How are we going to start growing roots? That's the energy that I feel in here for you guys. Now, the next card coming up here, Taurus, is the Temperance card. I'm kind of chuckling here to myself because we talked about timing, right? You plant a seed, you can't necessarily speed it up. It's going to grow in however long it takes a seed to grow. And there's issues of timing. The Temperance card is also coming up here in sense of timing, right? And compromise too. The thing with the Temperance card, it's like bringing ideas together, working together. So as I said, sometimes I've said this in other videos, sometimes when I'm reading the cards and I start feeling the energy and I start writing the energy, I get a little bit ahead of the cards. And so this is one of those situations. When I was talking about timing and working together and figuring out, how are we going to do this? Here's what you're doing. Here's what I'm doing. That really falls in line with the Temperance energy. Now, a couple of things. For some of you, it could mean that you're dealing with a Sagittarius because the Temperance Major Arcana card is associated with Sagittarius. If you have a Sagittarius placement, there could be really big changes happening in that area of your life that are leading you to this person, right? Or that are opening this door to this change. But in general, for me, the most common thing, when the major arcana cards come up for me between two people, it tells me there's a past life connection and there's an agreement. You all agreed to meet in this lifetime for a specific reason. When we look at the major arcana card, it tells me what that reason is. Okay? Now, I know your next question may be, well, what if you get a bunch of them? We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to discuss how I read tarot. We're going to talk about your love life right now. We'll get into that some other time. But the Temperance card, as far as the reason for the contract, it's going to tell me that this is working together, right? Bringing your minds together, coming up with solutions together, maybe making some compromises or meshing ideas together, melding ideas together, taking two things and finding a way to take components of each and make them into one. Also patience and timing. Temperance is very much a life path card as well. So not only are you having these big changes in your love life, you're having big changes in your life path. You're feeling called to do something. You might be feeling called to this relationship. You might be feeling called to this relocation. You might be following a calling, and this is leading you to this significant soulmate. But the Temperance card also comes in with the sense of like stepping onto our path in life, right? Like we're being led by spirit. We're being directed by spirit in terms of like, this is what you came here to experience. This is what you came here to do. This is what you came here to accomplish. And some of you might really be letting loose and really embracing your spirituality and your spiritual side. And some of you have had fears like, well, maybe that's going to keep me from, meeting somebody, or maybe it's going to prevent me from meeting the love of my life. But in all actuality, as you're in your authenticity, that's the very thing that's leading you to your person. But you had this fear, maybe people are going to think I'm some kind of kooky person, right? But, right, your person is looking for you, the authentic you. And when you step into the authentic you, you guys are going to line up. You guys are going to cross paths. And that includes any kind of beliefs here or any kind of calling that you're feeling guided towards. Now, your next card is the Four of Wands. Look at this, marriage, stability, right? Now, obviously, Four of Wands traditionally is seen as like wedding, having a wedding, getting married. And that can be absolutely the case for a lot of you, okay? And sometimes the Four of Wands comes up for me in a reading when Spirit is trying to give us reassurance and tell us that, yes, you are going to get married. Like actual legal marriage. Maybe for some of you that's a big deal. Maybe you're like that would be the ultimate way that someone can prove to you that they love you. And you're wondering if anybody's ever going to give you that level of commitment. You might see that as the ultimate level of commitment. And so for me in my readings, Four of Wands comes up to say, yes, that's going to happen. But more importantly than that, more importantly than the beautiful outfits and decorations and the ceremony and the flowers, more importantly than those beautiful photos that you're going to get to hold on to, Four of Wands is about long-term security. It's a happy, comfortable, safe, abundant home. It's a sense of home and a sense of having shared community. People that are around you, happy for your relationship, people that celebrate with you, right? It's having your friends, having your circle, and having your friends in your circle outside of the home, outside of the relationship, and at home having a good solid relationship, having a good solid home. So it's more than just getting married, okay? This is about stability and security. Right? Think about like the four, right? The four, like a table has four legs. It's not gonna tip over. It's solid. It has a solid structure. It has a solid foundation. And so that's what you guys are building right now. And a lot of you like have these fears of like, what if I never get married, or what if we don't make it to marriage, or what if I'm not cut out for marriage, but you're really wanting marriage, right? Some of you are feeling silly for wanting it. Don't feel silly for wanting it. You want it for a reason, right? A lot of the times it's because it's something we came here to experience, right? So don't feel silly for wanting it. And I feel like this card is coming up as confirmation that yes, you're establishing that. But I feel, Taurus, that for you, you're feeling more like first, let's establish the home, right? Let's do this the right way. Let's not rush into this. Let's make sure we know where we're gonna be. We know we're gonna be settled. We know where we're gonna put down our roots. Let's work towards that first, and then we can have the ceremony. Then we can have the piece of paper that's making things official. Now, for some of you, for some of you, because of legalities and paperwork, you might be feeling pressure to speed up a marriage, right? Because you feel like, well, I need to be married to this person if I'm going to be allowed to move to that place. Or I need to be married to this person if I'm going to be able to get them to come live with me. There might be certain legalities. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to tell anybody what to do in their life. It's not my place to tell anybody how to live their life or to make their decisions. That's you. You got to do what's best for you. But I do feel like Spirit is saying that even if you're feeling rushed to do that, you guys are going to be really, really benefited by having a really solid, clear idea or plan of where you're building your home and what it's going to take to do that, what that territory or area is going to be like. You both have to come into it prepared here, okay, and ready to do the work and ready to put down these roots. Your next card here is the King of Swords. Now, some of you could be dealing with an air sign person. So air sign is going to be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. This can also be sometimes a lawyer. Some people don't know that. The King of Swords can sometimes represent an expert or a lawyer, someone who's coming in and giving you counsel and direction. So this might be a good idea, Taurus, for those of you that are making some big decisions in terms of career, in terms of finances, in terms of moving, or legal issues and legal papers. Some of you have not just your love life, there might be like immigration stuff here involved. And the King of Swords comes up to say, you need to consult an expert. Don't just go willy-nilly. You need to have somebody come in and tell you, okay, this is how it's going to be done. This is the procedure you need to follow. Even if you can't afford to hire this person to take over the process for you, you need to take their counsel and their advice and their guidance so that everything can be done right the first time, so that you don't have unnecessary delays or things taking a lot longer. Okay, this can also be negotiations, compromises, coming into the issues in the relationship with a very clear, logical mind. Like, I'm not going to take this personally. I'm going to hear you out. I'm going to hear where you're coming from. This is where I'm coming from. This is how we can meet in the middle. This is how we can both be happy. The King of Swords is the master of finding the win-win situation. Okay, so I feel, Taurus, you guys are in this really level-headed energy. You're not letting your emotions get the best of you, and you're really a lot about stability and structure here. Some of you maybe like swore that you were never gonna be in a relationship again, or you were never gonna get married again. And you're like, well, if I ever do it, I have to be really sure. If I ever do it, I need to be sure that it's the only time I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it ever again after that. And so I feel like you're taking this approach in your love life. Like you have forever in mind. And so does your person. Your person has forever in mind as well. So there's going to be research here that you need to do. There's going to be patience here that's going to be involved. Because I feel like this is a whole new life. This isn't just like we're going to get together or we're going to be together. Even if you're currently in a relationship and you've been with this person for a while, I just feel like there's this change and this shift. Like everything about your life is changing in every single aspect, in every single way. And so you're putting down a whole new foundation, and that's going to take time. But it looks to me like both of you are willing to do the work, and that's good. That's perfect. You can't ask for more than that. Okay? I feel for whatever reason, September of the coming year, September of 2022 is going to be a big time for you in this relationship where there's like big milestones you never thought that you would reach. And you guys are like, we did it. We did it. We stuck together. Like it's a dream come true. This is actually happening. Like I feel like whatever it is, it's feeling like a miracle to you. Like we actually pulled it off. Holy smokes. I never thought that we would do this. And look, it happened in pretty much a year's time. Right? So I feel that like by this time next year, life is completely different, and there's some big accomplishments, there's some big goals that you guys were able to reach together. Now, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if this is none of those, because some months those are going to resonate with you more than others. Don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts where I talk about everything other than love. Those will be starting up again this week. I apologize for not being around, guys, and I will talk about it. There's been a lot going on. But if you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. If you would like to send a tip or a donation, a lot of you have been asking, and I really appreciate it, guys. Especially since my circumstances have been crazy. But if you would feel moved to do that, you can just go to PayPal and type in my email address, which is amethystangellight@gmail.com. And if you feel moved to do that, to send a tip or a donation, you can send it there. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep the videos coming. I know not everybody can afford a private reading. The videos are free, and I'm going to keep those coming for the people that are being helped by them. I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Be well, my dears. Take care, Taurus.